I realised that in the last part, by the time that video goes out, I'm going to be in England, and I'm going to have no way of recording. So it's either no aloners for 5 days, or we just forget that the last choice thing happened, and we'll do this next time. Right, where were we? We were either going to wait for Lenny, or go and find him. And I couldn't decide. Yeah, I remember why I left this choice off now. I think waiting for him might be the best option. It's dangerous out there. Yeah, sure, we'll wait for him. It would be pointless to head out without any supplies or idea of where you are or where to go. If you found this barn, surely Lenny will be able to. We hope. You spend the day pacing back and forth. Time passes agonisingly slowly, and with every minute you can feel your hope fizzling out. By the time the sun is hanging low in the sky, that hope is all but extinguished. They like the word extinguished. I swear I've heard that several times already. Lenny never came. He must be... Hold it together. We don't care about him that much. There's no point in crying now. Damn straight there isn't. Just because he's gone, just because you're here alone, just because you have no food or water or any idea of what to do next. It's not that bleak, I'm sure. Taking deep, shuddering breaths, you lower yourself onto the bed and let sleep wash over you. What are you going to do? It's still dark when you feel yourself being pulled from sleep. At first, you're not sure what has woken you. Then you notice the shadow in the room. That's ominous. What's the shadow? Your heart stops. Lenny? The figure standing over the bed remains still, eyes wide with shock. I'm half disappointed he survived, half not disappointed, because we'd probably die without him, so, you know, swings and roundabouts. You leap to your feet. Oh my god, Lenny! How did you still have that? Okay, you still have the backpack is not a reasonable course of anything to say. You should never say that. That is, I am using you. However, oh thank goodness you're safe is far too nice. So how did you? He'll understand why we waited here. I mean, we got separated and I needed shelter. See, it's fine. How did you trail off and he doesn't reply. Suddenly he's moving. He crowds you against the wall, strong fingers pressing into your arms. His eyes are wild and unfocused. You're unbelievable. He kisses you hard, a short, sharp bite without teeth. Unbelievable. He kisses you again, then again. His hands tremble, yet still you hold so tightly. Hang on. Haven't we done everything possible? Well, not everything, granted, but every time he's shown a flicker of passion or interest in us, haven't we shot that down? But, whatever. How did you do it? The kisses keep coming, giving you no chance to reply. When his mouth moves away and down, you can feel a puff of his breath against your neck. That's when you regain autonomy. This isn't like anything before. It's heavier and it's not going to stop here. You can see it in his eyes, feel it in the way he's touching you. This means something. It means something to you two, go with it. It means something to you two. It doesn't mean the same to you, stop this. See, my problem is that I feel if we don't go with Lenny's path, then we'll get the bad ending, because there are only two characters. That being yourself and Lenny. So if you don't want to get with the other character, then what do you have left? You have nothing. I really want to pick the bottom option. We've been gunning for that all series. I'll tell you what, if it ends in a bad end, we'll just, you know, do something else. Nah, joke. We'll go back and get the right good ending. You put your hands on his shoulders and push back firmly. Lenny lets himself be pushed back and looks at you until reason slowly filters back into his eyes. Lenny, No, I get it. Sorry, I was just... He shrugs helplessly. I thought you were dead. When I saw you, I got excited. If that's what he's like when he's excited, I don't want to see him in bed. His hands trembling. He looks angry. He's constantly looking like he wants to punch someone. But Whatever. You raise an eyebrow and he laughs despite everything. Shut up, you know what I mean. Yeah, I do. Lenny smiles, but there's a hint of regret to it. You're pretty sure he's got the message. His troubled smile is interrupted by a sudden yawn. Finally, you register the haggard lines on his face. However he got here, he must be absolutely exhausted. At least he took it well. He's not going to run off anytime soon, so we're good on that front. So, how are we doing this? He means to bed. Stick to your side, mister. He grins, even if it is a little weak. Of course, I'm a gentleman, aren't I? He shucks his shirt. Shucks? I've never heard that word before, but no more than that. Then you get into bed beside each other, both mindful of each other's personal space. And that's how you fall asleep, relief warm in your chest. Morning comes, and with it a reborn feeling of hope. I just want to get to those coordinates and see what's there. Are we going to have like a lost moment? Do we think it's going to go on that long? And by lost, I mean we're just going to get there and it's going to be a code. But the code's been running since like 1984 or something. When you wake up, it's to the warmth of Lenny beside you. Hey. Morning. His voice is gruff and thick, still with sleep, and, unless it's your imagination, maybe a little hesitant. Last night's awkwardness still hangs over the room. I'm so glad you're here. We should get going. We should get going. I mean, if it's awkward, we should just go on. Right? This is not how I think. That is such a cold, horrible thing to say, but we're not going down Lenny's path. We should get going. Huffing, he throws himself back against the mattress. No way, 5 more minutes. You lie together in silence a little longer until the burning question is finally asked. Lenny, how did you make it? He goes still for a moment, remembering. After I lost you, I covered my mouth and nose with my shirt and ran for it. Couldn't see a damn thing, but I just kept running till it felt like my lungs were going to burst. I must have got lucky and managed to clear the cloud before I collapsed. When I woke up, I didn't know where the hell I was, so I just picked a direction and started walking. And eventually I came across this barn, and there you were. The incredible fortune of it all is staggering. At least the game recognises that it is staggering. Lucky son of a bitch, ain't I? We both are. By all rights, you should be dead. I can't argue with that. We're both really lucky. It's true, it's true. I'm gonna say, I couldn't even see where I was going and managed to get to a barn. He fucked off in completely a different direction, managed to turn back and walk. I have no idea how. Before you lose too much sunlight, it's time to get up and start preparing for the day. Dressed, fed and watered, you start taking stock of all the supplies left in Trash's backpack. Lenny's backpack. Finally, you're ready to go. You set out in high spirits. The sky is blue and clear and only lifts you higher as you walk side by side towards your future. Okay, so your resources are severely depleted, but that doesn't seem as grim as it did before. It should do. It's really bad. Your resources are severely depleted. You know what that happens? It means there's not a lot for you to eat. That's... We just have to run to this new place and hope there's something there. It's an uncertain future, sure, but a future that had looked completely impossible yesterday. Looking happy over there? There's a lot to be happy about. No, it's your imagination, I guess. I guess. Middle of the road again. I like middle of the road in this game. I guess. Have I ever told you, David, how much I admire your enthusiasm? He's looking pretty happy himself. The journey passes weirdly pleasantly for a long time. What do you mean weirdly pleasantly? It is always fine between Lenny and I. We absolutely love and adore each other. Yes, I am lying. He doesn't miss an opportunity to joke around. Everything is going great until... Hey. Lenny, who is a little ahead, suddenly stops and turns to ask you something. Unable to stop in time, you walk straight into him and stumble. Am I in that much, like, autopilot mode? Someone turned around and I just kept walking? What, am I texting on my phone? Oops. Managing to steady you in one smooth motion, he grins. Lenny to the rescue again, huh? Oh, my hero. Got that right. You know you can always count. Lenny, whose hands are still on your shoulders, whose eyes are fixed on yours, suddenly goes quiet. The moment plays out slow and intimate. Lenny. Suddenly he rips his eyes away and backs up a few paces. He is no longer smiling. Ah, I forget what I was going to say. Let's just keep moving. That was strange. Was he going to tell me something? Had he seen something beforehand? Is it because I rejected him and now he's bitter about life? Over the course of the morning, his friendly little gestures whittle down to nothing. He stops joking around, his pace picks up, and no matter how you try to hurry, he manages to be a few steps ahead. Hey, Lenny! Lenny! Let's just focus, shall we? Why has he randomly gone? We were fine. Until then. Is this one of the flags showing up? That I've rejected Lenny, and now he's dejected? It's been like this for a while now. All attempts to start conversation fail horribly. When did this become a race? Ignore him back. Ignore him back is petulance. We don't want to do that. Is something wrong? Nah. You don't know what's changed, but somehow, slowly, without you noticing, he has been closing himself off. Dread begins to curl in your stomach. The long road. That's ominous. Especially with someone who's not getting along with us at the moment. More horrible artwork to admire. It's a good thing the writing in this game is really good. Holy shit. The quarry stretches out, dug deep into the ground. From above, you and Lenny stare at it in awe. Let's go. What, down there? Of course down there, come on. To be honest, you don't see what the point would be. It's a good place to find shelter. Garbage. You have hours and hours of daylight yet. It's not even close to being late. Listen, we have to make use of shelter wherever we find it. He's using that infuriating, you're so naive voice again, and you'd thought you were well past that. Yes, thought, assumed, bad words, bad words. I wonder if he's gonna make away with us, if you know what I mean. And I don't mean get us pregnant, not that. I mean, you know, say hello to God, if you will. The long sleep. This is very odd. Prickling under scrutiny, Lenny sends you an infuriated look. I've got us this far, haven't I? Now you're going to start treating me like an idiot? What do you mean, start? Haven't I been doing that this whole time? Before you can even reply, he's already heading down the slope. You call after him. Apologise, yell, come back. Come back. Come back, hey! He ignores you and keeps going. You have no choice but to follow him down, skidding on the loose sand and rock. Down in the quarry, you can see a big black hole in the slope. A mine? Holy shit. Lenny perks up for the first time in hours. You know that gleam in his eye. Lenny, continuing the trend of ignoring you, he heads straight for the opening. When you catch up, he turns to you. His mouth is set in a grim line, but excitement sparkles in his eyes. Let's go in. I knew you were going to say that. No prizes for that? Oh, come on. Like, what prizes were there ever going to be? I wasn't expecting one. Even his snark feels flat and unfriendly now. Digging the flashlight out of his pack, he turns it on and shines it inside to reveal a ramp leading down into the dark. You can find a good spot to get some rest, and I'll just have a quick poke around. But as soon as you step inside, Lenny is away. You follow after him, not willing to be left behind in the dark, while he's rushing off like a bloodhound with a scent. Man, I've never scavved anywhere like this before. What do you think you're going to find? I don't know, that's the fun of it. For some reason, you get the feeling that he doesn't really believe that. Did he know there was a mine here this whole time? Something bad's about to happen. Normally, you'd be saying something right about now, but Lenny's sudden distant attitude has you totally off balance. You're not sure what you should say, or even if he'd listen. The mine descends on a fairly gentle slope that gets increasingly steep the deeper you go. There's nothing of use to be found along the way, just more darkness. Maybe we should head back up. Yeah, sure, you go do that. He doesn't even bother to turn around and look you in the eye as he dismisses you. The casual rejection hurts, like a short, sharp jab to your chest. Your footsteps echo unbearably in your ears. He keeps walking and everything, his suddenly distant back, the confusion, the hurt becomes too much. No matter how many times you try to think of a reason for this sudden change, you always come back to one fear. He only started acting weird after what happened last night. Are you punishing me for saying no? Finally, Lenny stops and turns to face you. Oh god, this is bad. This is really bad. I give us 5 minutes longer.